What is going on, guys? This is TheLostYeti here, and today we're checking out a game called Cohabitation. And Cohabitation is a game by Algebra Falcon. If you don't know them, you might have seen an episode that went up on the channel a little bit ago covering The Time is Solid here, which was a very dystopian, horror, psychological thriller, indie game. We'll toss it in those categories. But I really like the art style, I really like the story, and it made you think. And there was a lot there that, like I said, I had a positive opinion on. So I figured that this would be worthy of checking out. This is another piece that they had done. And it also had credited a few other people that I just want to include in case that they are the team behind it. So I'm just going to also thank Monty, Helen, Eric, and Shannon. I don't know, again, they were credited in this game, and I don't know if they were in assistance to, or those are just the team members behind Algebra Falcon, because I do not know if that is a group or a singular person. So anyways, shout out to them as well, and also shout out to, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, but Manon, I believe he or she is the lead composer, and the songs are an absolute bop. Now, in the way that it's been presented to me, it appears as if this game was created as a part of a school project, so I might be a little bit critical, because that is how you learn. But anyways, that's not why you here are to watch. You are here to watch. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going into it blind, and as you can see, a familiar half of a face is joining us here. So let's see. I assume that this is our player character, and let's see. Oh, okay, that is how we're moving here. Hello again. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that this was canonical, so that's cool. You are, oh, maybe not. You are XMO-124 of the Alkians race, longtime resident of, you guessed it, the planet Alkia. Furthermore, this is big old colorful rock you call home, rotates at a measly speed of 100. Oh, please no math. Listen, it's been a long day. Alkian lengths of a quarter Alka a day. That means your nights are few and far between. They will last as long as your wearisome days. How boring. It does, however, mean that your dreams are absolutely crazy. I mean, you would know better than anyone. You're in one right now. So I'm in a dream, yeah? Yeah, buddy. The swirling black mass behind me is not a giveaway, but anyways, it's strange for you to be one asking questions. All I am is a reflection of your inner thoughts. I would hope not, because it is very distorted. Guess it makes sense, though, given the rarity of your nights, your species doesn't dream very often, and the dreams that do happen are all spaced out. In turn, your kin have failed to develop a dream sense when they are asleep, and always regress into the same pitiful amnesiac state. Interesting. Kind of cute when you think about it, but this is annoying for me, because I gotta explain this stuff every time. I digress. There's much more important things to discuss. Listen, things are about to get shaken up, buddy, big time. Well, I'm buckled up. I'm ready to go. All I have to say is the responsibility for it's going to fall squarely on you. I'll tell you about it in the next room. Away we go. I shall also say, guys, if you notice that I say anything different than the text, I do paraphrase, and I also try to filter out any swears or anything like that. It's nothing against the game creator. If I'm playing this on my own pastime, I would totally be about that. Game creator, game creators. My name is TheLostYeti, in case you were curious. But for me, oh yeah, that's right. I failed that test. Like my name, Kevin. Like, what do you want? What do you want from me here, bud? Yeah, you can use the backspace with. Wait, you can backspace with the escape key or double tapping if you're on mobile. Mobile, huh? Oh, you want me to remember that? Please let me just do TheLostYeti. Can I? Is that acceptable? Much better. LostYeti. What an interesting name. Now, LostYeti, I must ask. Oh, horrifying. I said refrigerator. But what is my partner's name? Well, I guess we will use my. This is exposing some of my girlfriend's I won't expose her. We are going to use... I don't remember... Okay. Who is my partner's name? Oh, this is a bad joke here. So let's... Howdy, partner. Now, which of these represents howdy? Well, let me tell you. This is only because I couldn't actually pick a real name, so I had to pick a not real name. Can we just pick the same person? Disappointing. Okay. Well. Yeah, sure, why not? Sure. Ideal is a strong term, but listen, XMO. Oh, yeah, right. That's what I should have just gone with. We're approaching the end of the road for the stream anyways, and I thought that you might soon wish you've never woken up. I wonder if I typed in the exact same name, if anything would have happened. If I had assumed the name correctly, is that just like instant game over? Like when you get or not game over, but when you get like the Easter egg ending in like Far Cry or whatever. What a strange dream. Seems like your front door is locked. Ah, I see. Let me just go into the hamster ball in the sky. Sleeping pod. Unfortunately, that means you can't sleep in it for now. Okay, that's fine. Terminal whose sole use is to monitor and maintain your sleeping pod. It's a little terrifying. What are you? Despite what you might think, this is a computer. It is operated by putting one's eyes up to the goggles and using ocular movement as a means of control. VR? You put your eyes inside. What commands do you wish to execute? Save game, sure. Unlock door. Am I a mouse mixed with Metroid, by the way? Okay. Apparently that's frowned upon, just wander into more bedrooms. And this one leads to something of use. Very long hallways. Oh, dude. XMO 124. It took you very long enough. Spent your sweet time cleaning your ear follicles, huh? Yeah, dude, don't you... Oh, we are not mice. What are we? Are we peacocks? Peacock heads? No, that's not what a peacock looks like. It's very, like... Who are you? Yeah, sorry. I'm still stuck on trying to figure out what we are. XM3009. Wow, you... Yeah. Just saying, your names are real creative here, guys. I'm not sure if you remember this, but I'm the general manager of Unit 17. What happened to Units 1 through 16? This makes the prime overseer amongst the other things of rations. Speaking English, one of my finest movements. Sleep Warehouse 17, and most importantly, Radio Tower 17, the location of your employment. It is my job. Gotta explain everything? You're supposed to support the tower, grunt work, essentially clean up maintenance, and in this case, extraction. When it comes down to it, radio towers are the biggest hope for survival in the species. Say, do you remember why the Holl are here? I'll take that as a no. Gosh darn it. Time is of the essence now, but I gotta say explaining things to the sleepyhead over here. Well, you should know, Alkia is not just one, but about 2 intelligent species. There's us, the Alkians, but there's been another. It's called the Holl. Terrifying beasts they are all of them. Although not quite as intelligent as us, they're twice as deadly. Also twice as intelligent, based off of this. They can only live in darkness, which means their night rolls around. They're on the prowl. In the well-lit, well-fortified buildings, however, they mean to keep us safe during the night. However, they visit us in our dreams. They have found a way into the generators below the radio tower, destroy them, taking over the tower in the process. Curse them, been near 1,000 Alka rotations, the last attack of the scale. We thought the barriers around the generators would stop anything. Make things worse. Okay, we understand. Makes a difference to the boys. So we gotta do it. That is our job. You can read these if you'd like. Get to our transmitters and receive and bring them back here. Yes, sir. Clock is ticking. I gotta wake up next in line in case you don't come back. Look on your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you? No, I don't. I never know what I'm doing. That is the epitome of my life. He's really not that bad. You brush up on your history. The hall. Okay, that's fine. You'll need it. I unlocked my side door. Once you collect yourself, get your butt out of here. Oh, and take this. This is required for any Alkian who operates radio equipment. Okay, I understand. Library. History of Holl. Alkians are, yeah, okay, the other intelligent species called the Holl. By Alkian scientists, this species has been a terrifying puzzle since the first contact. While Alkians are carbon-based life forms, the Holl seem to be made largely of silicon. Furthermore, they seem to lack any consistency of appearance. Seemingly, the only thing that the Holl citizens share in appearance is the ability to terrify the exacerbated. Wow, you guys are great with your vocab. Exacerbated. I don't think I've used that in a sentence since I learned it in, like, English class many a year ago, which is a little scary. By their diet, the Holl are known for living solely off of eating Alkians. I don't know what Alkians are though, dude. You got like peacock heads on Metroid bodies. Because the Holl are most active in the darkness, however, certain measures have been made to protect our race. Building well-lit buildings have been erected outside to travel as night is banned without authorities' orders. Still, as will be touched on later, the threat of the Holl has never fully gone away. Okay. I was hoping to know, like, what their weaknesses are or anything like that. Placard says, reminder, any exit outside of the daytime hours requires, yes. Understood, we're going to push the big red button and see what happens. Terminal whirls to life at the next to the control pad. It is now daytime. Free packet, passage granted. Would you like to disengage the airlock door? Yes, I would. What do you got to say there, bud? Blue exoskeleton. You are a 0001 class. Yes. Oh, you have red. I like the red. That looks good. Don't tell any 003s about this, but I hate my job. Going out here with a gun, hoping I don't accidentally step in an open Holl mouth. I'm a little scared to see what the Halls look like because I feel like they're just absolutely horrifying. Good luck out there, buddy. Haven't seen anyone turn. Okay, we're gonna unlock the door and save it after unlocking the door. We've learned. Door is locked. You don't have the means to fix it. Okay, so I need something to fix it. Alright, that was also not the way to go. Understood. Nothing useful here. So, essentially, I believe all of the things that we're seeing are halls, even though they don't all look the same. Okay, understood. That thing's gonna just try to kill me. So I believe we've got to go to the left. That door's locked. I was trying to get the repair kit in the closet next to that thing. And it lashed out with his tongue with such force that it darn killed me. But even though I must have... As my blood is dessert. Having gorged itself, it just sits there, blinking. Okay, so does that mean I can get the stuff? Repair kit. Okay, out of here. Hashtag gone. And up to repair. Yes. Appears that you have fixed it. However, it looks like you still need keycard A to use the mechanism. Well, what we've learned here is saving is a good idea. And based off of basic video game sense, that means keycard A is somewhere in here that we missed. Oh, that music's real pleasant. I would like for that music to stop ASAP. I apologize to viewers. No keycard? Okay, I'm out of here, thanks. Okay, so we still can't sneak by that way. Alright, so you can run by that when the light is on, I guess? This is all because, yep, heavy. And looking at the exoskeleton, it must have been working for the radio station. You see a keycard peeking out of his pocket on his torso. Do you take it? Yes. The store's locked. So we just need to sneak by when the light is live. Alright, please get me out of here. Thank you. So I've learned my lesson, though. Now that we've survived, we're going to take a little detour down here. We're going to save. And we're going to go all the way up to the top and put in the key card and see what happens. Probably the door's going to open. Yes. Door opened. On to the next level. There are some notes here. Would you like to read them? Of course I would. This is something writing. Put the whole floor into lockdown mode. Only happened to prevent the hall from getting any higher. If you wish to undo this, please utilize the switches on this floor. If you can find which ones by to turn on by consulting indicator light on the door manual should be in one of these rooms. And as if a hall doesn't get to you first, Godspeed, fellow Alkians. I will prepare to make my escape. Ah, yes, I recognize those lockers from Time of Solid here. I know I'll need them soon. Yes. My key card. Wait, you aren't going out there, are you? How did you even get it? Oh, dead man walking. They were lighting away and they're not there. I'm so sorry. You are not doing well. Oh, they are very fast. Understood. I'm hoping this guy doesn't come flying around the corner at 200 miles an hour. Keycard B. Okay, I'm in. Looks like some instructions here. If the control panel and the light is flashing blue, flick the blue lever switch to the on position and all levers off. If the control panel is red, flip the red and yellow slips. If the panel indicator light is flashing red, flip the red and yellow switches to the on position and then all the switches off. If the control panel is flipping yellow, flip all the switches to an on position. I will try to remember that. control panel is flashing blue. Flip the blue switch to the on position, other one's off. Flashing red, flip the red and yellow switches to the on position and all others off. Flip all switches to the on position. Okay, I just got lucky there. Buddy, are you doing okay? No, he is not doing okay. He must be a worker from the radio tower. He doesn't have anything to say. Yeah, well, he is probably dying in the process. Long dead, half vegan. Radio tower. Got it. Long dead, half eaten? Yep. Exoskeleton, radio tower. Got it. Oh, no. Save. Save game. Keycard isn't working on this door. Something strange is happening. So we're going to now go back in the... Oh! This door is locked. Given how you recently opened and got in here, you sense that something might be wrong. We are so gonna die. Oh. These are words that I can't understand. These are more words that I can't understand. Bless you. Oh, we're top of the radio tower now. This radio equipment, the box should include a receiver and a transmitter. That noise, something tells you it's a bit different than normal radio static. You've never been told how this happened before, but could it be a signal from another planet? You decide to put your earpiece auto-translator. It's a message from the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, and it's known as SETI. What's up, SETI? We write in hopes of making contact with another sentient species. We understand that this message may be hard to interpret, so we'll relay what we can call prime numbers as a universal show of intelligence. 135, 711, 1317. We'll find that this will suffice as proof. Further transmissions will include much more such displays. We hope that this message does not fall on deaf ears and the new horizons will soon rise amongst the galaxy. That is all for now. This signal has been relayed as part of the SETI Institute. Location, University of California, Berkeley, and you will find this in the United States on a planet called Earth. End transmission. Honestly, prime numbers is probably the most intelligent thing that us as humans would come to have to share, especially for the fact that aliens or an extraterrestrial race, or frankly even just any other beings, probably would have their own form of math, if that's even a thing, where numbers would be arbitrary anyways, so that we would just be talking hieroglyphs like the Egyptians or something like that. Your earpiece auto-translator, having listened to their language, will be able to translate a potential reply back. But since their message traveled with slow-moving radio signal, it would have been sent from a long time ago. And a reply, on the other hand, would have been sent with quantum teleportation and arrive instantly. Is the being you sent the message even still alive? Probably not. You decided to stop this train of thought and formulate a reply. What will your residents say to the residents of the planet Earth? You should probably think about it first. Your only chance to be the first being to reply, and to do so in complete privacy. You have three options. But first, you consider the risk of sending a reply to another intelligent species we know nothing about. No matter how good your translation is, you don't want to use our message to be misinterpreted as a declaration of war. To make things worse, you don't know how advanced the weapons of the race are, nor do you know how aggressive they can be. In turn, maybe you should reply with a simple neutral response that means no harm. On the other hand, words of this gets out, there's no doubt that your superiors will immediately organize a fleet to the Earth. And what if they say about our race is true? It is doubtful that the residents of Earth are more advanced technology than the Alkians. Even if they wanted to mount a resistance to the Alkian spaceships, it would likely be in vain. Okay, so I understand. The third option, by the same coin, knowing all Alkians would try to mount to take over Earth, this would be your only chance to keep the secret and prevent the residents of Earth from being wiped out. Come to think of it, there's a chance that the society on Earth is probably better than the one in Alka. You've lived your entire life under the thumb as an O3 class, doing their bidding. Recently, you were just sent in to face certain death. Does such a thing also happen on Earth? So, should you send a desperate plea for them to never reply? Or... Okay, understood. Based off of what I know of humans, I think the best answer would just not be to reply. Like, it would be the most insane thing, but it would also make them want to come find out what the message was. So, yeah, do not reply is my answer. You use the auto-translator to pass your reply into the transceiver. In the process, you end up explaining who you are, what Alka is, and what would happen if the Alkians potentially came to Earth. You end with a desperate plea for them to listen to not reply unless they want their planet to be taken over. And all that's left to do is wait. Did you make the right decision? Probably not. Ooh, hello. Oh, this is my character. Sure, we'll hang our right hand turn. Oh, I meant to go inside, right. Of course, my bad. Boss is not going to be happy. Better not be any more late. And on the spirit of this anniversary... You can now sense... Oh, yes. I feel appropriate to recall where our organization's search for extraterrestrial intelligence began. See, 50 years ago, we sent our first radio message into space. This reminds me a lot of the film Contact, if you've ever seen that. That's a very interesting film. Covers a very similar topical matter. This message is for the search of and for extraterrestrial intelligence, also known as SETI. We write in hopes of making contact with another sentient species. We understand that this message may be hard to interpret, so we will now relay what we call prime numbers as a universal show of intelligence. So on and so on. What fools we all were. Back then, we haphazardly sent English and Morse code alike without a regard for whether or not we should be understood. But now, the fear of such messages being misinterpreted or alerting potential aggressor of our presence was non-existent. Hopefully we don't pay for such mistakes with blood. But given how silent the skies have been since, I don't doubt that will be the case. What we can do, everyone, is change SETI's ways going forward. That message 50 years ago should is a symbol of humanity's technological progress and a hope of what we would meet like-minded beings across our galaxy. But the hope still stands in our modern age, filled with war, hatred, and misinformation. We must become cognizant as such things likely are sins of humanity alone. Extraterrestrials could be as awful as everyone, and we just the sole responsible making the first impression on them. So we better get it right. And that's, yep, good for the debrief. Except you, Lost Yeti. What did I do this time? I was late. You're probably angry at me. Took me long enough. Spent your sweet time cleaning your ears, huh? The bus was late. That's what you say every time. I'll have you know, Lost Yeti, that we have some serious work here to do. And we have no room for people who aren't serious about it. Listen, the grant covers salaries for research assistants like you is up for renewal next month. Between the recession and the war in the Ukraine. Excuse me. This game is much more recent than I thought it was going to be. Uncle Sam is giving less and less money towards the search for the stars. Someone here must get on the chopping block sooner or later, and let's just say slackers are first in line. So get to a Lost Yeti, prove me wrong. You're on receiver duties for today, and I moved the equipment into the room to the right. Goes without saying, but don't mess this up. Even a deadbeat like you can handle the receiver. It's not like we ever heard anything from it. Email, you should probably check it. Take a look at your computer, save the game, boom. Take a look at your computer, view emails. You have one new email. Reading, first email. To you, Lost Yeti, from Howdy, my partner. Hope you didn't forget. I hate to use a work email like this, but you didn't say anything in the morning. I wanted to remind you it's our 3rd year. Oh, dude, you messed up, dude. I'd like to do something special tonight. We don't have to go out or anything. Maybe I can cook you or Venmo me for the ingredients in return. Hee hee. Let me know what you wanted me to make. Love, howdy. Oh, your reply. Tacos, dude? Your reply has been sent. Nothing is more romantic than tacos. Radio receiver, time to go through your checklist like every other day. First, turn the receiver on. Hiss. Harsh hissing noises as always. Next, you have to check the dials and buttons control where the receiver is aimed. Unsurprisingly, everything is normal. It's not like someone would sneak in here at night and press all the buttons. That would be me, dude. I would literally just go in and find the biggest, reddest button that I could press and press it. Now it's time to test those frequencies. 980 megahertz, nothing. 981. Looks like another boring day of static. You're getting hungry, you could stop about dinner with howdy tonight. You decide to go back to work. Next frequency, 982. Not reply. That was a message. It sounded like they were speaking English, but it didn't sound human. Still, this must be some sort of prank, right? Or an accidental intercept from Earth. Interceptions seem to be aimed to be tuned correctly for outer space. Terminal is given the correct commands. What on earth is going on? You decide to amplify the signal. I repeat, do not reply. You should consider yourself lucky that the radio signal reached me and me alone. My name is XMM 0124 and I live on a planet called Alkia. I'm communicating with you in your language via machine learning auto translation system. For now, I am the only Alkian who is aware of your existence, and hopefully it can stay that way. Though the residents of my planet are very advanced technologically, we treat our own species like trash. Furthermore, because we are threatened by another species on our home planet, once word gets out that you exist, we will send a fleet to take over your planet. I worry that just as Alkians do not care about their lower class citizens, they also won't care at all about you. That is to say, this Earth you call home will be annihilated. I should note that I am communicating you with the quantum teleportation. I'm a lower class Alkian, so all I know about is what I skimmed for records, but I think it works by using the quantum bits that have been entangled between our planet and yours, that happen to be located near our radios. The bottom line is we can now exchange information instantaneously and send a signal in my direction like you would any other. And our technology will do the rest. That being said, I urge you not to respond under any circumstances. This is the only way to protect your planet. As Alkians, we don't deserve your Earth. That is all. I will soon head back to talk to my superiors. Please do not reply back unless I assure you before then we will have a... Excuse me. Please do not reply back unless I assure you before then we can have a private communication channel. I will try to check in later if someone hears this and feels the need to respond, but until then, do not reply. Some sort of prank? The message seems to have no discernible source, which would make sense if it was sent via quantum teleportation. Whatever that is. And the frequency is spot on for a wave to come from hundreds of millions of light years away. All of this was real, isn't it? You're the first human to ever hear a message from outer space. What did the message even say? Alka, quantum teleportation? Potential space fleet flying towards Earth? None of this makes sense. You begin feeling dizzy. Ahem. Looks like you fainted. Many hours have passed and it's nearly the end of the workday now. Falling asleep at your desk, falling onto your desk, I should say. It looks like you broke the receiver. It's a shame that I thought a wave had come in. It must have been an errant signal. Though I know there's all sorts of jamming and stuff coming in from space, given the war in Ukraine. Still, this is the exact behavior I was talking about this morning. TheLostYeti, you should go home and get some rest. And come back tomorrow and never pull a stunt like that again. Got it? Understood. You have no idea what to say. I'll take that as a yes. Now, get out of here. I'll get a replacement receiver tonight. Save game. See if my girlfriend hates me. Howdy. Call today. Don't forget, you gotta call me on speakerphone when you talk to the alien. I want to listen to it. It's very important to me. Best howdy, of course. Yes. Let's make some tacos. Taco time. Another radio tower. What a cool winky dink. Home sweet home. There's Howdy. Howdy. Did you make us some tacos? Yes, I did. Let's go. Put my own spin on them. Let me know what you think. Why is there a fire extinguisher right next to the tacos? Howdy, you got some explaining to do. What happened to the first batch of tacos? Let's eat. Share a meal with Howdy. As good as it tastes, you are barely able to finish it. What happened earlier today looming over the meal feels like a lead weight in your stomach. Howdy seems to know something is wrong. Listen, 3 years really have been special. You make it worth it to live in this world, knowing despite everything. I want to make sure you know that. TheLostYeti, are you doing alright? You haven't said anything since you got in. It's work stuff. Work stuff? Is that why you're acting so weird? It's the head professor again, Elias, right? You spend so much time at work just for him to treat you like garbage. He did something to you. Just let me know and I got a signal. What kind of signal? You mean a radio signal from another planet? Are you serious right now? You can't muster beyond nodding your head. Darn, this is crazy. Have you told anyone? Why didn't I find out about it over the news? No way, you haven't told anyone? Holy cow, I'm the second person to know? I'm honored, TheLostYeti, as long as this isn't some elaborate prank. What did they even say, the aliens? How I begged you not to reply, and the superiors would send an Alkian fleet for takeover instantly if they found out about Earth. Wow. Knowing that, what do you think? You think they're actually going to come take over Earth? If they're intelligent enough to communicate with us, might as well come take it. It's not like we're using a planet for anything good. That's a joke, you know. Goodness, this is exciting. Yeah. You're going to be famous. What are you going to tell your professor? I don't know. Whatever happens, keep me updated. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. Good God, this is so fascinating. Do you think any more intelligent? They are more intelligent than us, more kind, maybe even more thoughtful? And if so, would that mean that... Never mind. I just realized you must be tired after all this. Sounds like it's been a long day. TheLostYeti, I'm with you. Thank you for sharing with me. Let's go to bed. It's been one heck of an anniversary. Despite everything taking over your thoughts, you know that Howdy is right. You need sleep more than anything else right now. You decided to call it a night. Maybe things will make more sense in the morning. They probably won't. They almost definitely won't, actually. You don't feel any better? You should probably talk to Howdy before heading to work. Hey, Fridge. You are my partner now. Hey, TheLostYeti, good morning. I'll be honest. Decided what you told me this, I haven't been able to sleep. On the other planet, and beings on it, all I can think about it, I feel like my whole world's been turned upside down. Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm probably sound like a total weirdo right now. It's just, could you let me hear what it's saying if you reach out to Alkia today? All you would have to do is put me on speakerphone next to the radio. Please, I don't even want... Sure. It's decided then. Give me a ring when you contact them again. Whoa, taking advances here. I ain't giving you no ring. We've only been together for 3 years. Gotta earn that ring. Promise you I won't regret this. Computer, save my progress. Not that I think I'm going to die in the next 2 seconds, but I know these games, and I know myself. I have a habit of finding a way to get a game over. If there is a possible way to get it, I will find it. Bright and early. Unfortunately, our rotation still has you on receiver duty. I'm lucky to find a new one this morning and already installed it. We'll get to it. The day is young. It's time to prove yourself worthy. Turn the receiver on. Hiss. It produces a large hissing noise as always. This time you feel a little bit more harsh. Take a deep breath. Better check the dials and buttons. Time for the terminal. If it understands us, could you let me talk to it over speakerphone? There's no going back now. What was it? Yeah, 98. Oh, word. Numbers are all just getting combined in my head. What happened yesterday? Was it all a dream? What's happening? We're supposed to be hearing it now? TheLostYeti, is there something? is my final time repeating my message. Holy cow, that's alien next to the area I'm currently in is dangerous. I cannot stay here much longer. Still, I want to repeat my message one final time in hopes of reaching a resident of Earth near the original broadcast location and could reply. We've got to send a message back. Workspace has a transmitter yet. We do have a translator. It's included in the receiver. But replying isn't really its best call. It could be some grand trick. But this is it. XMO-124 has been strangely upfront throughout this entire process. If you wanted to, you could just run and press and sound the alarm on sound the alarm on the Alkian invasion immediately. But surely replying would give away our presence, but X-Men appears to know a lot about us already. You decided to go for it. God, if Elias would be mad at you, you didn't tell him about the signal. You can't imagine how mad he would be if you reply without consulting anyone. But part of you just wants to do it just to piss him off. You turn the receiver on. Hello, XMO-124. How are you there? You were taken aback by how eager Howdy is to talk to him over speakerphone. My goodness, I thought a reply would never come. Who is this speaking? Is this the transmitter of the original message? I'm sure who you're talking about, but this is Howdy. I'm the partner of TheLostYeti, the person who heard your first message. I see. It's wonderful to hear your reply. XMO-124, I was wondering, is there anything you could prove that you really are, alien? Are you aware of the polynomial time versus non-polynomial time problem? I don't know what he's talking about. Yes, I'm a famous computer science problem. It tries to prove every problem whose solution can be verified in a polynomial time can also be proved in polynomial time. No one has ever been able to solve it. Give me one moment. Lots of numbers. What on earth does that sound? My apologies. I know that message was inscrutable to you, but if you look at the spectrograph, it will translate into a simple machine-level algorithm that solves the aforementioned problem. While no one on your planet has solved it, on Alkia such a problem is so trite that even commoners like me know its solution. You have no idea what XMO-124 is talking about, but you decide to believe it. I would love to know what the dots and dashes that I just had up on the screen actually translated to. We can get proof for that later, but for now, I'll believe you. XMO-124, can you tell us about yourself? Like, for example, what do you look like? I never really thought about how I would describe myself to another species. I guess I have a pointed face ending on a snout with a red nose. I have big circular ears, one of which is green, the other which is light red. I have two antennas that sprout from those ears. I also have big eyes and a big mouth too. My lower body is encased in a robotic exoskeleton that's blue to reflect my XMO rank. My shoulders are an orange hint while my other joints are light blue. Was the description good enough for you? Yeah, I still don't know what you are, dude. It was great. Is there anything else you'd like to ask us? Well, like I said before, it is dangerous here, so I can't stay for long. But I am curious. What do you and your partner look like? TheLostYeti, we should try to describe each other. You go on to give a detailed description of you and carefully word your way to allow for being from another planet to understand. Now it's your turn, TheLostYeti. This is so strange. What would you say? Normal. Describe Howdy as best you can, trying to imagine what another species would imagine they work like. Moving on. I think the time is the essence. XMO-124, I won't keep you for too long. I must ask, could you tell us a bit about your society? As for Alkian society, I'm cynical about it. But I can give you a general overview. But first you must need to tell me a little bit about your society, otherwise it'll be hard for me to explain to you what mine is like in comparison to yours. I could do that. Howdy seems really eager to talk, but it wasn't supposed to be a conversation between you and the alien. Residents of Earth, we call ourselves humans, and since the very first humans walked this Earth, we have been at each other's throats. Societal progress comes when we try to seek out comfort, but this comfort is often at the expense of others. We invented slavery, a way of taking freedom from other humans, and we're the only species capable of genocide in an attempt to completely wipe out specific members of our society. Wow, she's really sugarcoating it. Real thick. Though some of us say our lives are better than they used to be, the technologies and comforts that made it the way mostly came about through war. War, I should add, is truly an awful thing, and it's when humans try to kill and maim each other. In recent times, things have gotten even worse. Humans hate other humans more than ever. A great virus killed many of our species, and a new war just broke out. And on and on. I'm impressed at the turnaround time in this game, just Just throwing that in there. This isn't to say that there's no hope for humanity. There's optimistic people out there. My little sister was one of them. Lost Yeti too, he's positive about things, but I can't see this any other way. You're not sure what make of Howdy's thoughts on human society. Will you say anything? Howdy's right. I had a feeling you'd agree with me. I know. Knowing that I will describe my society in a human context. Us Alkians are organized into different different groups. The XMOs, which do the dirty work, mining, agriculture, and many odd jobs that required a lot of manpower. We often are sent on tasks where a high mortality rate is expected. Then there's the 001 classes, who do the grunt level work. They operate equipment, survey the land for the Holl, who try to eat us, and those kind of tasks. As for 002s, I don't see them very often. That is because they are the servant class who work directly under the 003s. They prepare technologies, deliver objects, and check up on our planet's highest class. Speaking of them, the 003s are the leader of the Alkia and are made up of unit managers and scientists. They serve as our leaders for nearly every facet of life and drive forward societal progress. When compared to Earth, I will say that the Alkia seem less divided. We all united against the Holl, it seems, and the goals are generally shared by the entirety of the species. In this rare case where Alkian wishes harm upon another, they are sundowed. Suffering from a little bit of amnesia, at the moment I can't recall sundowing means, but I don't think it's good. That should be all. I should probably head back to my main unit manager now. XML 124, just one more thing. Do you feel like Alkian society is more righteous than ours? No. I see. Well, I won't hold you any longer. Thank you for talking with us, XM124. The transmission ends. You have no idea what to make of the recent events. These humans strike you as a strange bunch. Your unit manager has likely been waiting for your return for a while. You should probably head back soon, and nobody else gets this. You should probably head back soon so no one else gets sent to this awful tower. Should probably take the radio transmitter. Okay. Do I need this as well? No? Okay, that's fine. And we'll just do a little save. Avoid all the death. Avoid all the death. I must say again, he really does. Oh, bad. It looks like a mouse in the overworld, but then after that, it's not so much. It's very peacock-esque. Attention, XMO 2483. I guess that's a 003 class. XMN 2159, 009 class. Okay, I'm a little lost in the class system, but we'll let y'all figure that out. He's the first Alkian to emerge from the radio tower alive. As you can see, the radio equipment now in tow. Pat you on the back. You did well, soldier. Well, hear anything when you're up there on the radio? No. You lied and said the radio is silent as always. I see. You're lying through your teeth. Don't act surprised. I put a recording device on you the instant that you planned to send... The plan to send you in the tower was set in motion. The work we do here is important. To leave it in the hands of the O class alone. I hope you don't mind, but in the end, it turned out well. Now we know about Earth, and we can start planning our escape with the other 003s. And for this, we have nobody to thank but you. In turn, I came here with my 002 cohorts to give you an offer. I want to take you down to our command post for the first time in Alkian history, make 00 or 000 into a 003. You'll get to present to my colleagues with the radio itself and live like a king for the rest of time. Contribution to our race cannot be understated after all. So, XML 124, will you stay? You're about to see. I'll go or I'll refuse. Why would I want to stay? Sure, I'll go. Wonderful. Let's go. I mean, they're probably just going to kill me. But I feel like staying, they'd also want to kill me. So, this is it. One of our Alkian's crown jewels. Command Post 17. It should be an honor XMO 124, not just for you, but any of the triple O classes everywhere. Well, no more dilly-dallying, let's go. 124, feel free to take some time to look around. You should soak in the scenery. When you're done, find us down the hallway. Going right or left, the promotion ceremony will begin. Oh, I can actually explore. Is this going to be like our plans for global domination? Oh, you'll find the conference room behind me. Please take the computer. Okay. Can't let just any triple O class just wander in here, you know. Your eyes are scanned by the computer. Which for identity confirmed. Thank you for confirming your identity. On my way, you're allowed to pass. Was this where I was trying not to go? This is 124, Alka's new hero. I listened in on him with my own 2 ears as he braved the Holl and reclaimed a precious radio. Then, in a great stroke of luck, he was there in time to hear the first ever signal from a habitable planet. This planet is called Earth, and from what I hear about, it's ripe for the taking. Now, Mxmo2 had a chance to reply these beings of that planet. Unfortunately, I heard him beg not to reply, as they don't want to get invaded. And Xmo asked if Alka was more righteous than Earth. He said no. What a shame. Nevertheless, your actions, of XMO 124 have led us to our species, has led our species to what we've been seeking out for years. And for that, you deserve death. What the heck is happening? The lights just came off. It's a Holl attack, and right when there's dark cloud. Outside. Oh, that face is real cute. Oh, we're going. Okay, we got the key card. Now we just got to get to the door. Here we go. Let's go. Out of here, ASAP. Oh, this dude's back. Hello, I didn't miss you. Hello, I'm the Queen of the Holl. Well, that's pretty fitting. You can understand what it's saying now. That's right. You're wearing the earpiece auto-translator from before. It's like a Billy Mays commercial. You got the earpiece auto-translator. I see. In your eyes, there's light of understanding. That is good. We may continue. XMO 124, that is your name, no? Well, XMO 124, you are the first of your kind that I have talked to. It is because I sense that you hold the great influence. Influence large enough to decide the fate of the Alkians. The fates of my kind. And the fates of the Earthlings alike. Yes, I'm aware of Earth as well. I've heard everything from your radio. I will start with saying this. I know that my race is a barbaric one. We have certainly killed countless Alkians. But we had no choice to survive. Nothing else can sustain us but your flesh. This is not of our lack of trying. Those periods where few Holl attacks occur is when I make us try to exploit our other sustenance. Every single time, however, this is in vain. No other food can sustain us. This is why you name yourselves after our planet. Well, we are deemed the miserable Holl. Plants, I should say, feel pain too. They do such with chemical signal. And through your early genetic engineering efforts, you drove many of their species into extinction. This is something even I haven't done, or even we haven't done. I do not wish to dwell on this for long. In truth, I make my appearance now to give you an offer. As said before, I know what we do is barbaric. I'm willing only to have a trace amount of effectively calling my own kind. This can be sustained by us only eating your criminals. These Alkians are those who are sundowed, forced outside into the night where we roam. In return, however, I will need your kind to stay on this planet. With all of you gone to Earth, my race cannot continue. I know it is nearly impossible for you to see my side. After all, you have been nearly died at the hands of my sons. But this is a means to no one. This is a means to have no one share that fate. At least no one of moral character. This generation of Holl is at large in number. I worry that unless I call them, many more of you will die. So, XML 124, what will you choose? I think that is a good option. I'm honored that you can see our side. It takes a lot of effort from someone of your species. I promise you, this decision was the correct one. Save game. And out we go. Everyone else who knew about everyone else who knew about Earth's existence is now dead or a Holl. You need to get back to the radio. Triple O class, what are you doing here? There aren't any Holl like that. Ugh. There aren't any Holl in there anymore. It looks like they left for somewhere else during the cloud. Whatever. The palace has been destroyed anyways. Explore to your heart's content. I got more things to do besides just standing here. Don't mind if I do. Giving a familiar static, it looks like it works. You wonder how long the existence of Earth will be kept secret. This could only be the last chance to say something to humanity before the rest of Alkia is aware. You decided it would be best to put this in terms of what would be good for most Alkia. One hand. Is that a typo? One hand. On one hand, leaving for the Earth would give us a shot at it for life at a life free from predators. And the residents of that planet seem rifle with division. They aren't even grateful for the land they stand on. However, humanity could launch a resistance. Even if we win a galactic war against them, we will both undoubtedly suffer heavy losses. On the other hand, living here would rule out conflict with the humans. Alkian society may have problems too. Can we really say that we deserve Earth more than them? No, you can't. Also, according to Howdy, Earth doesn't even sound like that great of a place to live. Furthermore, make a deal with the Holl Queen. Things might get better from here on. What do you say? Alkian should stay. Your voice response over the radio. 12 hours earlier. I think that was it. But now I can't stop thinking. TheLostYeti, can you keep me on the line? I just want to wait here for XMO 124's replies again. Hard to work at sea. Don't act like it. I don't see that cell phone in your hand. Look, this is the second day in a row where a signal got logged while you were on the receiver duty. That can't be a coincidence. Now you're going to show me the data of these signals, or I'm going to have to ask you to leave and never come back. Delete the data. After whispering a message into the transmitter to never reply again, you use the terminal to wipe all the data from the last 2 days. What the heck did you just do? The data, it's gone. Why would you do such a thing? Have you gone insane? Were those signals our first contact? I guess we'll never know, all because I sent a lunatic to work on this transmitter. Darn this all to heck. Get out, I never want to see you again. You decided to take a bus home. Like, I feel like this is the best case scenario. Nobody knows, we all move on with our lives. And maybe that's a harsh thing to think, but that is my personal opinion. I'm curious if the choices that you make have some effect on what happens, but, you know. TV has turned to the news. This is Channel 30, where a breaking news report was reported on earlier. The Polish city of Medica, I absolutely butcher that, accidentally struck by a Russian missile this morning. Recent counts, death have told over 300, many of which were refugees from the Russia-Ukrainian war. In a press conference, Russian President Putin has refused to take responsibility for the deadly mistake and denied demands to send aid across the border. Just now, President Biden has signed for the immediate deployment of 100,000 troops to the Russian border to bolster the growing forces of NATO. They stand together with 30,000 troops pledged from Germany. And are you hearing this? World War III has essentially begun. Who supports this? I don't support this. You don't support it. Nobody supports it. Is it really the only solution? I don't know is the correct answer, but I don't think so is the way to go. I guess we'll just kill ourselves on the rock floating in space over nothing. Or you and I might die over something we have no part of. Humanity is not doing well. I'm telling you. It is absolutely not doing well. Russia has enough nuclear missiles to destroy half the planet, and we have enough to destroy the other half. What happens after something like that? Do you think all this will get better? It'll get worse. Exactly. It'll only get worse. After this war, there will only be the next war, and after that one, the next one. There's no solution to the disease we call humanity. Actually, I've been thinking of something to fix all of this. You have a feeling where this is going? It's the Alkians. We asked them to come. Their kind would help this planet. They might have some problems, but they are structured and they work together to build towards a greater good. Humans can do that too, frankly. How? At this rate, we may never have a chance to figure it all out. Maybe you can try reaching out to them. Maybe tell them that the war is starting here. We could use their help, and now more than ever. Do you really think reaching out to them? I'm not sure. Just try. It would mean everything to me. Wait, you haven't told the head professor, have you? Please tell me you haven't. You definitely try to stop any contact without his supervision. Tell the leaders about it, who will start to prepare for another war, but at this time, Yalka, all of this would be for nothing. Please tell me, you haven't spoken about it, right? I have. I can't believe it. We just lost our only hope for a better Earth. LostYeti, you ruined everything. Get out. I never want to see you again. Without a word, you slip out into the night. It isn't worth arguing with Howdy anyways. There might be a night bus that heads towards the university you get on just in time. Hopefully everyone will have left by now and you can still access the radio. Because now, you know what you must do. It must be so late that everyone, even Elias, is gone. Lucky you still have your key. Hesitantly, you turn the receiver on. Hiss. You're surprised it still works, but why wouldn't it? You go through the startup routine as always. Alkians. You happen to get here just as XMOs are relaying a message. Alkians should stay on our planet. I mean, you guys should stay there. We don't need you here. We have enough of our own problems. We don't need you here. I'm sticking to my guns. We don't need you here on Earth. What do you say in response? I agree. Maybe in this moment, it's best to tell them something about humanity. An explanation of World War III. Throw us into war on Earth, where groups of different people they all call countries. My country's been pushing countries that are our friends to encroach on this other country who doesn't like us. In the end, the country started the war, and an errant missile accidentally hit one of the countries that we were really close with. So now we're going through a web of allies. All of the world has been dragged in with them. All because some guy in the targeting system made a small mathematical error. Hundreds of millions of people could die. It's also awful. XML-124, there's only one question on my mind now. Do you think two beings diametrically opposed, can they ever learn to live as one? You think about Lost Yeti's question for a long while. You don't think in what sense they mean. Yeah, I don't. Are they talking about us and them? Lost Yeti and Howdy? Alkians in the Holl? The question remains, is cohabitation possible? Yes. Your voice responds into the radio and shut it off. Both of you know all that you need to know at this point. The answer to Lost Yeti's question has already been made apparent. With seemingly no other solution, the Alkians, with XMO-124 acting as an intermediary, begrudgingly decide to accept the Holl Queen's deal. Alkian criminals are spared at no trial and immediately sent out for the act of deviancy. Though still uncertain about the futures together, the Alkian species thrive on their shared planet now, with the Holl population significantly fallen. XMO-124 is hailed as the hero of Alka, and many great statues are erected in his honor. 4 Earthlings centuries later, at the end of his natural life cycle, he dies a peaceful death as a 003 class. So he does get upgraded. He did the right thing for them. On Earth, never knowing the existence of aliens, hundreds of light years away, the world's top government officially enter World War III. Nuclear options are eventually utilized, and over 2 million people are killed in the bombing of St. Petersburg, while nearly 1 million of people are killed in retaliatory strike on Munich, Germany. Lost Yeti and Howdy sit in their apartment following the news of the bombings and television, having realized humanity has failed. Lost Yeti sends a message out to the world about Alka, hoping to bring people together with larger news, but they are too late. The Lost Yeti and Howdy fall into each other's arms, and they feel the wood nose rattle. A nuclear missile has touched down in Los Angeles, many miles away. Unfortunately, it's not our place to bring an alien species into our own problem. We have created our own problem, and frankly, I don't think that introducing an alien species will get us out of that problem. So this is it's a mind bender. I'm curious if you, the viewer, would have done something different. If you do, I highly encourage that you check out the game for yourself and play it through to see the other endings. You know, I think I did the right thing, and that's like, it's a very hollow victory. But like, I feel like the best thing to do is to not have the mesh, unless that is not where the story intended it to go. But very, very interesting. That's my true ending, is that they don't get involved, and it's like it never happened. But just for the sake of completion, we'll hop right back into it and try it as if we said, yeah, come to our planet. So here we are again. We're gonna this time just choose that we need you here, and we're gonna see what happens. Again, my true ending was not this, but I'm just curious at this point. What will you say in response? I agree. I agree. Maybe in this moment it's best to tell him something about humanity, the good and the bad. Humanity is neither purely good or purely evil. We have our problems, sure, but we have done many wonderful things in the short time here. 10,000 years ago, we had a different time from the apes, but now I have a device in my pocket that connects me to anyone in the world. We built awe-inspiring works of art, founded systems, and tried to keep everyone fed and housed. Band together to form one societies and become bigger than the sum of our parts. Even just in my day-to-day life, I see people hold the door for each other and forgive mistakes, embrace each other in love. This is not what it means to be human. No matter what happens, I won't forget that. At the same time, though, these advances have just been utilized for bad as often for good. Okay. Even the art we make oftentimes can be demean or hurt others. And it looks like humanity's collective hatred is coming to a head. The entire world is being dragged into a war. Even still, I have some hope. XMO-124, there's only one question on my mind now. Do you think the two beings diametrically opposed, can they learn to live as one? The question remains, is cohabitation possible? Yes. So this would be as if we decided to go. I'm assuming. With seemingly no other solutions, the Alkian XM-124, acting as the intermediary, begrudgingly decided to accept the Holl Queen's deal. Alkian criminals are spared at no trial and immediately sent out to the act of deviancy, although uncertain about the future together. Alkian species on their shared planet now, the whole population is significantly fallen. So this is the same. This is the exact same. So they did not decide to go to Earth. Never knowing the existence of aliens. So there it is. Unfortunately, changing that last bit at the end does not actually give you a different ending. I perhaps, playing through again and changing those little tweaks will actually get you to the other ending. But unfortunately, I don't have a save state. So this is for you, the viewer. If you want to find out, the link to the game is down in the description box below. If I didn't say that before, I should have. I highly encourage that you guys go check it out and support Algebra Falcon as well as the rest of the team that helped make this game possible. It's totally free to check out. I encourage you to support the creators, but at least experience it for yourself and get this out there. Thanks again to the creators for putting out a wonderful game. And that is all I've really got to say here, guys. So as the credit rolls, I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, this has been your host, TheLostYeti, and I hope to catch you guys in the next episode.